First of all, Kelly Khumalo's neighbour at the time of Senzo Meyiwa's murder, Nthabiseng Mokete, is going to continue her testimony when the trial resumes later this morning. Now, on Wednesday, she told the court how she saw 3 men fleeing the scene the night that he was killed. Well, let's bring you up to speed now. And following the story for us, eNCA reporter Manqoba Mnchunu back in the capital to monitor proceedings for us. Hello to you, Manqoba. So let's just talk about what actually happened yesterday and the testimonies of these witnesses.
Well, yesterday, Gareth, you recall that we wrapped up the cross-examination of the state's second witness, Kayangi, who's one of the neighbors of the Khumalos. In fact, a direct neighbor who says that he saw what had happened at the Khumalo residence on the night that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. In fact, he was peeping through a window from his bedroom and he described a commotion that he heard at the Khumalo household. And what he had seen from that window, he saw a man who was wearing a white T-shirt being pushed against the window of the kitchen. And he says that moments after that, he had then gone out to investigate what was happening. And this is when a man had jumped over the fence from the Khumalo resident, had indicated to them that there was a problem that had arisen and that they were being attacked. He then jumped back to the Khumalo residence, and he says that he heard from his father that there was a gunshot, what sounded like a firearm that had gone off at the Khumalo house. Of course, his evidence was tested yesterday with the defense trying to poke holes in his testimony to show the inconsistencies between his statement and that of Zandile Khumalo, who you recall was the state's first witness. And I think one of the issues that Zandile Khumalo had raised was the issue around that it would have been hard for Kayangi to see what was happening in the house because of the fact that they had curtains that were dark, and also there was a cupboard that was obstructing the view of the kitchen. And Kayangi, of course, saying that he disagrees. He saw what happened, and from where he was in his bedroom, he could see from that curtain as to what really unfolded. It also spoke about the moments when he found Senzo Meyiwa lying inside the Khumalo household. This is after they'd gone to the park to look for the people that were said to have gone in that direction. And I think we heard that it took them 12 minutes for them to get back to the house. And the question and the assertion that the defense had put was around the fact that Senzo Meyiwa had been left unattended throughout that period. There was no assistance that was given to him at that particular point. But we also heard from a new witness that took the stand, Nthabiseng Mokete, who was also a neighbor. She was sitting in a car on the 26th of October 2014 when this incident unfolded. She described hearing what sounded like a loud bang that indicated that there was a firearm that was going off, and just shortly after that, seeing a man fleeing or running on the street. There were other shots that she says followed soon, 2 more shots, and again, after those shots had gone off, she then saw 2 men that also ran towards the direction of the park. And she also detailed the final moments when they had taken Senzo Meyiwa to hospital. She was the one that was actually called into the ward by the nurses who then had broken the news that in fact they'd done everything that they could and Senzo Meyiwa was gone. Perhaps let's take a listen, Gareth, to just some of the evidence that she gave in court as far as what happened on that house is concerned.
Answering nganyisana hape mo hole engwe hape.
As we were busy arguing with each other like that, then there was another sound of a firearm that is being discharged. Mas lo speaking kanjalo kwaba nomnye umsindo wokuthuma kwesibhamu. Now, this second sound of a firearm that is being discharged, it sounded as though it was now close to the vehicle. The sound was closer to the vehicle. Lo msindo ke wokuthuma kwesibhamu lo wesibili ubusu ukhalela la eduze nemoto.
So we proceed.
Ke re ho yena ai ha se qeta ho lla fela ho fete bo batho ba ithuba matha ba ya ko tlase same direction ela o wa uqala amathetseng go yona.
Now, after that sound, two people passed running towards the park as well, in the same direction that the first person who passed running took.
Manqoba, let's just get a sense then of the decorum inside Courtroom as well, because we know a few days ago the judge even having to interject and asked for the decorum and professionalism to be respected in the courtroom. So what has the temperature been like in the last 24 hours and yesterday's testimony?
Well, I think, Gareth, that it has been quite, smooth sailing as far as the evidence is concerned. We haven't seen tempers flaring with this new witness that has been called. In fact, the last two witnesses that have appeared in this particular court, you recall, of course, that on the previous witness we saw that intervention by Judge Latam Mkwatleng, who asked for the counsel as well as the witness to respect the decorum of the court. I think it has been quite cordial so far as these two witnesses are concerned. But of course we know that the cross-examination is still going to continue. There's still going to be questions that are posed to Nthabiseng Mokete about what she saw. But what we did see yesterday was Nthabiseng Mokete, when she was cross-examined about some of the inconsistencies between her statement as well as that of Zandile Khumalo, she did indicate at some intervals that she cannot speak for what Zandile Khumalo had said in court. She is sticking to what she is saying and saying that she cannot really speak on what other people had spoken in court. So we're expecting, of course, that cross-examination to continue, Gareth. And I think there was a point that was made by the judge as far as the decorum of the court is concerned, saying that he will let what happened on that day pass, and he expects that the counsel and the witnesses are going to respect the decorum of the court and the proceedings of the court to ensure that this particular matter continues. Of course, everybody, I think, wants to see some sort of finality to this matter, which is now on its 9th year without any form of resolution. But the state insisting that they are going to continue, Gareth. And of course, we know today that that cross-examination is going to continue where we left off yesterday. The lawyers representing accused 1 and 2 had been asking the questions. It's expected to continue this morning. And of course, the other defense counsels are also expected to grill Nthabiseng Mokete on what she saw, more especially the inconsistencies between her version as well as the versions that have been given by the previous two witnesses in this court.
Yep, we wait to see how this plays out later this morning, blow by blow, if you will, and minute by minute with Manqoba Mnchunu. He is monitoring the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial for us out in Pretoria. Will continue a little later this morning.